everybody. Karen Roby and Nadine Mendoza here for Tech Republic. And we're talking today about how you can protect yourself from getting scammed when trying to look for a new job. Unfortunately, Nadine, man, people that want to scam others, they will find any way possible. And they're getting in this way now too.
FlexJobs just released a survey this week, and it tells you how remote workers are very much have the chance of falling victim to these scammers. A year ago, when everybody moved from on-premises to working from home, it was a tough time, and IT departments were struggling. They were short-staffed, and so people were trying to fix their own tech problems, and invariably that led to people falling prey to these scammers who said, I'm affiliated with Apple, or even maybe I'm affiliated with your greater umbrella of your company, and they pay them and then they never see any results from it. So those are kind of common. And there are still 72% of people who work from home who have a real concern that they're being scammed. But in a way, I think that's really good, because you do need to be vigilant about who you're dealing with, how much information you're giving out there. Unfortunately, 17% of the people who they polled had been scammed and did lose money. It's a troubling component to working from home, because it's not like you can just quickly, contact your tech people. Is this real? Plus, I think people feel like they know how to fix their computers now. They've been working on them themselves. So there are 14 of the most common job search scams. And one thing that seems really easy, people are sort of drawn to for either part-time or entry-level work, are data entry scams. And this has the hallmarks of what several of the other scams do. And that is the precursor of, well, you can have this job, but there is a training and an enrollment fee. And so often what happens after that is you don't hear from the company again, you don't see them again, or they tell you you need some kind of training, and with the training you're given, they say, we have a list for you that you can contact these people and work for them, and usually that amounts to nothing, and that doesn't work out. An obvious one, but it still gets dressed up in various different ways, and that's pyramid pyramid marketing. And essentially what that is you get in on the first floor, you bring other people in, and the idea is that you're successful only if the people below you are contributing money. And there are all kinds of variations of this. People don't realize that, oh, it's just a deal, but it's illegal. And so it's something you need to really consider when you're looking at what the job requirements are or what that job entails. Again, also be really aware of things like there's terms that they often use, make money quick, easy. All of those things are things to think, well, mostly if you look at a real job description, it's very detailed, and even to the point where somebody who's an expert in it may say, they may really give it a second thought. Another thing that you see is a scam that happens on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace is wire transfers. And what happens is they have somebody call you and they say, oh, I'm a company executive and we'd like to interview you. And then they say, we need you to move some funds from one account to another to be affiliated with this company or when you have a job here. Also, the other thing you have to look out for is, especially with tech people, tech professionals, there's a lot of headhunters, recruiters, they come out and they look for them. And they may say, here's a fantastic opportunity, but that may be an offer that you should refuse. Yes, you may get an email from a company saying they want to bring you on, they know about you, but every other communication after that, you should at least have some kind of video or call connection with them. Here's something that I had never heard of, and it's called online reshipping, which is it's also called, people say, oh, it can be done from home, it's great. It's also called postal forwarding. And this is another job that is actually, unfortunately, also a crime. And what happens is you repack and forward stolen goods to buyers outside the US. And so not only is the employee committing a crime, but you also don't get your promised paycheck or reimbursement for the shipping that you did. There's also a thing called a rebate processor, and they want you to have non-refundable training, and it involves creating ads for products and posting them online and then getting a commission when the product is sold. And as anybody knows who's in marketing, that's, you know, pennies. But they've already made their money from you through the training. Another thing that's been going on for a really long time is assembling crafts and projects at home. And it's kind of an old school scam, but what happens is the job seeker has to pay the company to be enrolled in the program. They have to pay for their own supplies and materials. And then once you complete it, they may reject your product and your project and what you've done, because they're basically looking for assembly services. And they don't really provide employment in that way to work from home in that. That's why there are factories and shipping things off overseas. Another thing that you might not think of is career advancement games. We're always telling our tech readers, you know, upskill, do things that will help you keep right on the edge of what's going on, get promoted, get better jobs, move to a different company, raises. So this scam preys on those people who are looking to get certificates or education, and they say there's a government form, they'll send it to us, and in the midst of filling out the form, when you're approved, it says, oh, it can be deposited into your own account, and they ask for all this information. So they have all your personal information. Something that's applicable to scams all over is also a fake URL. For example, if somebody has a website that is Amazon-y, you know, like not looking for it's, or not paying attention, you have to really be diligent in these links that they're sending you. That you may think you're going to be working for Tesla, but it's actually just a website trying to fake a viable business. And so the other thing you really have to remember is that they're always looking to gain your personal financial information. So if you are hired, you will have to provide them with your social security number and your direct deposit, but never, ever, ever give this information to people when you are just merely interviewing, or they're saying you need to apply for the job. Another thing that you see quite a bit is chat communications. Let's do our interview via chat. That's a big red flag. Don't conduct any interview over email or over the chat or any other social media, for example. And the other thing is however they present themselves. We're a startup, we're a small company. You must check. The job will sound perfect, but there doesn't seem to be any information on them. And now today, every company has some presence online. So if you can't find a phone number, a location, a web address, or employees, you are definitely looking at a scam. The other thing that FlexJob offered are 6 tips to skirt a scam. And the very first one is trust your intuition. If your gut tells you there's something wrong with the job or it's scammy, it probably is. So you would trust your instinct. Also, you have to know the signs of an online job scam, all the things that we talked about, all the hallmarks of that. It's claiming little work for a lot of pay. You know, they want your personal information. You need training, you need enrollment, you need to buy a list. All of those things are important. Also, if you see a job posting where it's grammatically incorrect, there's a lot of misspellings, that's probably not very legit either. So you want to also consult. The best places to look for this are the Better Business Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission. And our article up on TechRepublic has the links to those. Also, you have to be wary of these keywords that a lot of these people use. And one of them is, you know, free work from home jobs, quick money, unlimited earning potential, multi-level marketing, which is what we just talked about, the pyramid schemes, envelope stuffing, investment opportunities, and seminars. And do your due diligence. That's important in almost anything. It's certainly important to research the company that you would like to work for and connect with the company directly. Again, for our tech professionals, they're recruited. Their headhunters approach them, HR departments from other businesses approach them. But if the hiring manager connects you and says, oh, I can't tell you the name of the company because I could lose my commission, do not give them any information or consent to an interview until they tell you what that company is. And you can present it as, if you are really this interested in me and my skill set, I do need to know who the company is. And you can check the company name, call the company, make sure everything is okay. And again, always opt for a job interview over video. Don't even consider any other way of doing it.
Yeah, and I would think that's how most are doing it, or should be at this point, for sure, Nadine.
Yeah, there's a lot going on and a lot to think of. I'm sorry it was so long, but
oh, you're fine.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things to avoid and things that you don't think of. And the one thing that our article does bring up are things that you might not think of. Like, I didn't know about the postal scam and
Yeah.
And all those things sound good. You've got so many recent graduates who don't have jobs right now and are looking just to kind of fill in the empty space, or people just need to bring in a little extra income, or their hours have been cut. These are all signs of what has happened during the pandemic, and they are looking at these kind of jobs. So hopefully these TechRepublic tips and tricks can help you avoid and not be scammed.
That's right. Protect yourself as best you can. Nadine, thank you so much for that list. And of course, the full list, everything you need to know, is up on TechRepublic. We hope you all will check it out there. Thanks for watching.